We started building Lego City in 2013. Originally, it just started off as some buildings on the floor in my room. It eventually got bigger and bigger to the point where I couldn't even walk in my room anymore. So we spent a weekend moving it all onto 2 tables, and it just kept expanding and expanding, and now it's double the size. When I got my first Lego set, I was 4. And my stepdad got it for me for Christmas, and it had already been pre-built, and I was so excited. I didn't even know what Legos were, and I was already in love with them. And that kind of kicked off my obsession with Legos, and I started to get to the point where I enjoyed building them more than actually like playing with them. And that's how why I love the city so much, is because we can just keep on building and building and finding new solutions to our problems in the city. So yeah, we've renovated the city multiple times. I would say we've renovated it at least 5. 3 of those we've had to move the city to completely new locations. My mom moved houses in LA, so we had to move that all to the new house. And then my mom just recently moved to Florida, so we needed a new location for the city. And our dad's new house in Wyoming was perfect. So we moved the city a quarter way across the country. And we completely remodeled it, and it looks much better. The city was not only made by me. My sister helped me. I've had my best friend help a lot with it, and we've had many people that come in and, you know, do their own little thing to the city. Over the years, I've had many friends help me. But now that I'm older, it's mostly just me and my sister who work on it. My little brother likes to fool around with the Lego sometimes, but I would say my sister and I are mostly in charge of it. We kind of run the whole thing, and we're very attached to it. On our way to go to the post office to pick up our 2 new sets that we're adding to the city. We've arrived at the post office.
When the morning comes, I can see her shadow, reflecting in the warm sunlight, dancing in the soft grass. Her brown eyes reflect in the light. She cries honey tears, she whispers songs of the past. Her laugh is haunting and pure. She makes these white walls tremble. Chrysanthemum, 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 are you still here?
We stand, arms at our sides, eyes focused forward, heads turned upward. The field is quiet and dark, and we wait. As we count the flowers in their neat rows, admire their delicate, different features, because they are perfect, just like us. We stand in our sea of uniformity, green celestial bodies pressed against each other, watching the flowers slowly wilt, hearing soft breaths. We stand in our sea of uniformity, watching the sky fall.
When we were younger, we lay on the soft grass, the folds of our palms gathering fallen leaves like scattered memories. The odor of childhood hung around our heads. Skinned knees and scooter burns, sun-kissed skin, crocodile tears. We watch the clouds as the wind changes, as the sky darkens, as the rain begins to fall. I stood by it all until it was time to board the ship. We were tied to the mast, hand in hand. She looks at me and asks, "Why am I afraid?" "It's my time," she said. "It's my time to walk the plank." The silence rests on my lips as she floats away into a deep nothingness.
Sunshine on the windowsill, it makes me happy, like I know I should be, like summertime, spring rain, dewy grass and early mornings. But every time I close my eyes, I see her face, her sparkling eyes the size of the moon. She makes me want to sit and stay, because when I do, she sits beside me and dries my tears. I love you till the day that I die, my sunflower.
We watch the mountains grow, standing from below, in the deep caves beneath, listening to the echoes of lost time, hiding next to our shadows stitched underneath our feet. We cradle the lilies, petals scattered by the wind. If you listen closely, you can still hear the stifled whispers, telling the secrets of the sky. When we reach the top, we can see a myriad of constellations.
Simple as something that nobody knows. Her eyes are as big as her bubbly toes. On the feet of a queen of the hearts of the car. Feet are infested with tar balls. And la da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
Want to go on a walk?
So when I knew that Jeff and I were going to have our first child, my oldest child, Louise, we were very happy. We were so happy about it. We've been married for a couple of years, and something we both knew was really important to us. But as I went through the process of being pregnant and started looking at books or talking to people, I realized that I really didn't know very much about babies. My friends that had kids didn't live near me, so I didn't spend a lot of time with babies. And as time went on, I realized I had so much to learn about taking care of little tiny babies. And so a couple of weeks before my due date, I went in for my normal exam with my OBGYN, and he took my blood pressure and it was very high. And he said, okay, this hopefully will pass. Go home, go to bed, come back tomorrow morning. We'll take it again. Hopefully it's nothing. The next morning, my friend Liz picked me up and took me to the doctor, and it was just as bad. And he said, okay, go home, come back tomorrow morning, and if your blood pressure isn't better by tomorrow morning, tomorrow you're having your baby. And he said, okay, this is it. Drive over to Cedars, you're having your baby today. And I remember how strange and truly miraculous it was that I had this little person that was in my care, this little baby. And so we drove home with this little baby in this back seat, baby seat. And we got out of the car and walked in the house, and the little baby holder's like a little baby bucket. And we put the baby bucket on the floor. And we just looked at each other. And Jeff said to me, he said, well, now what do we do? I said, I don't know. So it was incredibly stressful because she was so little and looked so fragile, but babies are so much tougher than you think. So those first few days were quite an adventure. And it took a while. I remember the first several nights, maybe weeks. And this even happened with Claire, with my younger child. When you have little tiny babies, they don't really know how to sleep well yet, so they kind of twitch and kind of hiccup and make little sounds, and you hear every little thing and you think, oh, is something wrong, something wrong. And it's usually nothing wrong, but you don't know that, and you're tired and you're kind of scared, and it's a miracle we all are here to talk about it because it seemed impossible at the time. And then, you know, you get all used to it and the baby gets a little bigger, and it's silly how something that literally every human being on the earth has been a baby and been mothered with someone, that mothering a baby would seem so strange, but it did.
When did you realize was your passion for traveling?
Well, when I was little, my mother and I traveled a lot. She took me to Africa when I was 10. I went to Greece when I was 13. She was always taking me on road trips out west to the Grand Canyon and dude ranches. So I grew up traveling.
What places did you travel and live in after college?
Well, during college, I lived in Mexico and Ecuador and Chile and a little bit in Argentina. And then after college, I lived in Cambodia and Berlin in Germany and Nicaragua.
Of those places, which is your favorite?
I can't say that I have a favorite. I really would love to get back to Chile. Cambodia was probably the most extraordinary and adventurous and strangest place that I lived. That's for sure.
Do you have any specific memory or story that you'll always remember from one of these places?
Gosh, so many. I remember riding on the top of buses, like down to the jungle in Ecuador, and thinking that we were gonna fall off and plunge to our deaths. I remember being on a 30-hour bus ride to the desert, clawing at the walls. And I just remember the extraordinary beauty of the Atacama Desert. I don't know, there's a billion memories I have from travel. I'm in touch with a lot of the people that I traveled with. I think traveling really bonds you. Both the good things that you do and the bad experiences actually that you can laugh about afterwards.
In your opinion, what's the best part about living abroad?
Best part about living abroad is really getting to immerse yourself in the culture. I know that sounds completely cliche, but it's true. And to feel at home in a place that isn't your home becomes a very expanding feeling. Also, if you're trying to learn the language, it's like the only way.
Hi guys, my name is Jalen. I'm a senior, and this is my documentary/interview from advanced film last semester. I interviewed my friend Olivia back when we had formed a pod together and been quarantining with each other in mind, and had been tested recently. So I sat her down and asked her a few questions, and my goal with this was really to generate more of a conversation than just me asking questions and her answering and that be it. And I feel I really accomplished that, so I'm proud of this. So thank you for watching.
Let me do it really quick. Stop laughing! I'm not gonna look at you, I'm looking at you. Hi, I'm Olivia. With Twitch, when I first started streaming, I don't know, it really felt so natural to me, because this is the weird thing is I remember when I first started out, maybe when I got my first 100 followers, they said right off the bat, you're kind of a natural at this. I always kind of wanted to do something on social media. I tried kind of posting singing videos on Instagram, that didn't work. I tried posting videos on YouTube, that didn't work. TikTok worked for a while, and I got literally over 100,000 views on multiple videos, and then they shadow banned me. So but with all of those, I liked them all. I still, I'm planning on making a YouTube so that when I'm not streaming, people can go watch my YouTube and stuff. I'm trying to branch out, you know? Synergy. I'm trying to be all business savvy here, but
Girl boss.
Girl boss. Marlboro really said girl boss. I hope Marlboro invites me to come be a speaker one day so I can talk about my streaming. I think in quarantine it was hard for me to have things in my day that I looked forward to, and that all changed with streaming. I would wake up in the morning and genuinely look forward to that night when I could start my stream, and that's just been really good for my mental health, especially in quarantine. I try to have a lot of variety in my streams. I do streams with my friends, I play games, I sing songs, I do a lot of music streams. That's the majority of what I do. I do makeup streams, I do like just chatting streams. So I try to have a lot of variety in my content too, which I think helps keep things like interesting. One of my favorite things I've done recently was for Halloween, like a week before Halloween, I did a pumpkin carving stream with my other streaming friend. His name is Gal and I did a stream together, and he like dressed up in a Santa costume for Halloween, and we just like carved a pumpkin together, and it was one of my most popular videos. The only thing I would say that is different between like normal me and like me when I'm streaming is like I just try to have more energy, because it's kind of like, I always say this, but streaming is almost like a one-sided conversation. Like I do have the chat and like people putting comments for me to like work off of in a conversation type thing, but if no one's in the chat, I just have to keep this conversation running by myself. So it's like I've gotten very used to just like taking out awkward pauses and just like being able to continue talking. I need my analytics.
It went down during a part, but that's fine.
I need my analytics. Look at this graph. Look at this graph. You know, I do know that there are some people who are like jealous of like me, so they're always like, oh, you're only like popular because like you're a girl and you're like pretty. And I do genuinely think that's part of it. I think appearance matters, because like, you know, you just see the little thumbnail of the live stream, and if you see someone, you know, if you see someone with cool hair, you see someone with like nice makeup on, you might like be more inclined to click on it. So I think that's part of it. All of my like streaming friends that are girls, we talk about this a lot, of just like, I think it is easier to grow on Twitch if you are a girl. But yeah, I think it is a little bit weird, because I think people feel like they can just comment on my appearance no matter what. Like I start most of my streams doing my makeup, so people know what I look like without makeup on. And I have a lot of people coming in and kind of like shaming me for wearing makeup. And then some people who are like, you know, mean to me if I'm not wearing makeup. They're like, wow, ugly, your nose is too big, or like, you look like a boy. It is very focused on appearance, I would say. There is part of it where it does make me feel kind of confident. Like, it's not necessarily like confidence, but it's like, it's very validating, because it's kind of like a constant wave of like compliments, which is like not very normal in everyday life. I don't think I realized how much people like paid attention to my appearance until I started streaming. Sometimes I do feel objectified, but it's not like by the entire internet or something. It's like literally a select few people. Like, and I think I was aware of that when I started streaming. Like, when I start the stream, there is always the possibility someone's gonna come in and objectify me. But I think I've been able to find a lot of like really good people and a lot of supportive people that kind of like outweigh that. And I have like a good support system of like other streamers who are always looking out for me, and yeah, so I don't mind it too much. This is in a sense like the stepping stones to like getting my dream, which is like to be a popular musician, you know? Like, I'm building an audience, and like this is very exciting for me. So I'm super grateful. It's just like, I don't know, like I love it. I love the attention. I just want to make sure like I'm being healthy about it. Before I started Twitch has this thing called the creator camp, which, as I've learned, most of my streaming friends like didn't even look at. I watched every single creator camp video to prepare to be a Twitch streamer. It was like hours of videos just being like, this is the equipment you'll need, this is this you'll, like, I prepared for my first stream. A lot of they interviewed a lot of like streamers and asked them why they loved Twitch streaming so much, and they always talked about building a community and like kind of feeling like they could make a safe space for people. And I have some streamers who are like big, like I have some friends who are like big streamers now, and I can definitely see that. Like, they have such a community, and especially once you like also have like a Discord for your fans, like where they can all just talk and interact and like share memes, or like talk about how the stream went, or even talk to you. Like, it's definitely feels like kind of a giant friend group, which is really nice. Like, I will stay up until like 5 a.m. in like Discord calls with like my friends. Like, we all just like support each other. One of the other reasons why I think streaming is really nice is because, you know, it's all live, and how I was saying you get immediate feedback. It's so easy to make inside jokes with your like community that way. I remember someone was like, you should make toast on stream, and everyone was like, toaster, check, toaster, check. So I literally went to the kitchen and got my toaster and I plugged it in like through like 10 extension cords, and I just like held my toaster up to the camera, my Cuisine Art toaster, and we all like counted down like the 2 minutes for my toast to finish toasting, and then I buttered it and I ate it on stream, and people loved it. Like, people went crazy for this fucking toaster check. I shouldn't say
Bleep it.
Bleep. I think that's why it's kind of so wonderful. Like, you don't really get that type of stuff if you're just like alone, like filming a makeup video for YouTube or whatever. Like my streams can get so chaotic just because like the people in my chat are so funny. And like they'll make a joke and then it just like catches on. We're all like laughing about it, and that's why I think it's really nice that it feels like a community or like a friend group or something.